So I want to look at graphing linear equations given a bunch of different types of information. Starting off, say we're just given slope and y-intercept. I want to plot each one of those. Now, what do I plot first? Whenever you're graphing something, if you have slope and y-intercept, you always have to graph that point. We need a place to start. Remember, slope is going to be kind of like a movement. It's describing how steep or unsteep a hill is. Y-intercept tells us I need to find the y-axis. I need to find a point on that y-axis. What is it? And in this case, 3. So y-intercept, 3. At that 3 on the y-axis, I'm putting a big dot. That's where we're starting. That's our first coordinate. My slope now, I need to move using that 1/2, but it's negative. Now, right now, that negative's all the way out in front. I don't care if the negative's in front, if it's up top, or if it's on bottom. It doesn't matter. As long as you start with one negative, we need to end with one negative. I like getting in the habit of taking it and putting up front on the top. Now, let's use our rise over run method here. I want to rise -1 spots. So I start, I go down 1, okay? Now I need to move 2 in the positive direction. So I'm going to run 2 spots. 1, 2, plot it, and connect those lines. Hopefully better than mine. That's just using that two little bits of information. Now, sometimes we're not always that lucky. Sometimes we're given an equation and we need to graph it. Well, another method to use is using a table of values. What that means is I'm going to create an XYT chart. I'm going to just plug some random numbers in for X. Doesn't matter where they come from. I just want to try and keep things centered in the middle of our graph. So I use the 0, 1, and 2. I now want to substitute each one of these into my problem. So I'm going to take this 0, I'm going to plug it in there. 3 times 0 is going to give me 0. Take 2 away, we're left with -2. Let's take 1 and plug it in. 3 times 1 gives you 3. 3 minus 2, 1. And then let's go one more step, put 2 in there. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 2, 4. You now just created 3 different coordinates for this graph. I want to plot all 3 of these points. I'm going to connect all 3 of those points. So start in the center, 0, -2. 0, go left and right 0, go down 2. Go to the right 1, go up 1. Go to the right 2, up 4. And we connect. So that's graphing using table of values. Now, what about graphing using slope-intercept form? So slope-intercept form is this y equals mx plus b. We may have this ingrained in our heads. What does it mean though? Well, what we just did all the way over here is what we're about to do right here. But I need to find what m is, I need to find what b is. So my m, in this case, -2, my b is 1. We always got to start off with that y-intercept, which is that b, 1. So we plot that. We now need to move using that 2. But remember that movement says rise over run. I only have one number here. I have to change it to a fraction. You can turn any number into a fraction by just putting it over 1. Now, you have a rise, you have a run. I need to rise -2, which really means going down. Let's go down 1, 2, and let's run 1 spot in the positive. You have your 2 dots, draw your line, and that's graphing using slope-intercept form, table of values, and just slope and y-intercept.